Number 2, never wrestle with a pig. The incomparable George Bernard Shaw wrote, "I learned long ago never to wrestle with a pig. You get dirty, and besides, the pig likes it." This can be a pitfall for the leader. You, who devotes time, energy and creativity to a cause, can be thwarted by the figurative pig. By the way, this is not to impugn the literal pig, who is a worthy creature way beyond a source of nutrition. Our Westminster system of government has a purpose-built pig known as the opposition. Regardless of which party, it is the opposition's role to be the spoiler, to concentrate on winning cheap shots if necessary, to play the populist card. To the opposition, the goal is winning the opinion polls. Any advantage for the people is incidental. Success for the government is a stake in the opposition's collective heart. Perhaps the intention of our system's founders was that every government needed to have a counter against excess and abuse, but they gave us instead the pig. It's a tragically flawed system. In team, the pig is the stopper, the tagger. His job is to thwart the other team's most influential player so that the flow of play is disrupted and their scoring opportunities are reduced. The tagger doesn't need the flair or the talent of the star player, just an ability to smother and, admittedly, the fitness and the persistence to run with the star. But in doing so, he turns his back to the play as he gets into the face of the playmaker, disturbing his concentration and denying him access to the ball and to effective participation in the game. Every day in our business relationships, there will be invitations to wrestle with a pig. This is the drama triangle in action. It's about the connection between personal responsibility and power in conflicts and the destructive and shifting roles people play. A pig will revel in playing persecutor, rescuer or victim, and then when the wrestle has begun, she will switch to one or the other roles. An employee who has been challenged by her manager may adopt the victim role, and then when the manager self-justifies, she will attack as a persecutor. A competitor who has been causing havoc for you on social media and then sees you rebut his claims will become a victim. The possibilities are endless. Before we even get drawn into a wrestle, how can we spot a pig? In this model, a pig is someone who shows at least some of the 10 following behaviours. Are you ready? Has no respect for the opposing point of view, has no doubt about the rightness of his position, enjoys the fight more than the outcome, derives most pleasure from thwarting others, is a destroyer, not a builder, is not interested in a shared outcome, finds her only humour in another's disadvantage, is never at peace, always looks at the dark side, and lacks joy. And how do we deal with the pig? As the leader, you need to use all of your grown-up resources and draw the same from the pig. First, you need to understand what motivates the pig in question. If her end game is to spoil, no amount of engagement will be fruitful. Deprive the pig of her payoff. Don't wrestle. But if you consider that wrestling is a means to an end for the pig, call out the behaviours for what they are and resist playing the game. For instance, you can say, "It sounds like you have a problem. What would you like to do about it?" Or, "What is your ideal outcome? What are your options? How can you achieve your goals?" Discover his anxieties, challenge him to consciously encourage and build others up to look for the learning in his own life. Find out what she wants and negotiate a shared outcome. But what if the pig becomes the leader? Yes, it does happen. Not only do their behaviours waste resources and goodwill, they usually find themselves incapable of leading effectively. It's as if they had too much fun and reassurance being a mud wrestling pig. Notorious contemporary examples are ex-Prime Minister Kevin Rudd and Tony Abbott and President Donald Trump. From the 1880s to the 1950s, Bernard Shaw was a prolific dramatist, essayist and polemicist, arguably the literary leader of his generation. He was awarded the Nobel Prize in Literature in 1925 and an Academy Award 1938 for Pygmalion. He also said, "We are made wise not by the recollection of our past, but by the responsibility for our future."